Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Melbourne Polytechnic graduands and guests. Big round of applause. Welcome to Melbourne Polytechnic's first graduation ceremony for 2025. My name is Trent McCarthy. I'm part of the staff team at Melbourne Polytechnic and I am absolutely thrilled to be your MC tonight. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm going to graduate. We'll see how we go. It's amazing to be here tonight. We're celebrating the end of one of life's big learning achievements. A celebration not to the end of your academic journey, but what really is the start of hopefully a life filled with discovery, evolution, and continuing to learn. Tonight, we have a whopping 208 graduating students from the academic departments of creative arts, food, fibre and animal industries, human services and education, arts, education and agritech in our higher education area, bridging and preparatory, including a number of graduates from our Auslan community. Let's all give our graduands a huge round of applause. Some of you may know, and I'm pleased to share with you tonight, when we applaud in Auslan, this is how we do it. Can I get everyone to do that with me for? Yep, fabulous. And if you want to applaud really, really loudly, you do this. All right? Extra fast. Fantastic. Let's just do that one more time. We'll just do a quick test. 1, 2, 3. All right, and rapturous applause. And now please, a standing ovation. A standing ovation? Yep, a standing ovation. You're not going to give me a standing ovation. That's okay. That's fine. We'll get to that later on. We'll see how we go. Tonight, we're also going to be celebrating a number of Melbourne Polytechnic's Outstanding Student of the Year Awards for 2025. This is going to be a fantastic night for so many of you, whether you've been on that journey or you've supported someone on that journey. Tonight, I look forward to welcoming you on stage to receive your certificates and join your loved ones in celebration of each and every one of you. I also eagerly await the words of wisdom from our speakers tonight. We have some fantastic people who are going to share their journey and their story and hopefully give you those words that help you on that next stage of yours. Now, can I please ask you to stand? This time I will ask you to stand. Give me not a standing ovation, but in fact, stand for the official party procession. Party members for tonight. Now, just a little bit of housekeeping. If I can ask you please to turn off your phones or turn them to silent and refrain from using flash photography tonight. So if we can all do that, and if you don't have a phone, well done, you've already achieved. This evening is a very special occasion and such a special occasion for each and every graduand. Your friends and family are here to congratulate you and celebrate with you all. An important part of this evening is actually making sure that everyone has the same respect and celebration for each other. You can sit down now. Fabulous. Well done. I was going to see how long I could keep you standing. So I will ask you to remain seated throughout the evening and until the end of the ceremony, even if you've already received your award. So part of this journey for all of us is to celebrate ourselves, each other, and those who follow us as well. And just a reminder, Photography will be available on level 2 after the ceremony. So no flash photography, but also photography available afterwards. Now, will you please join me in welcoming Wurundjeri man Colin Hunter Jr. to present tonight's Welcome to Country.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome. It is my honour and privilege to be here tonight. My name is Colin Hunter IV. I would like to start off by acknowledging that this evening we are on Wurundjeri country, home of my ancestors and also home to everybody here today. I wish to pay my respects to both elders past, present and emerging, elders from all nations, especially all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community members joining us here tonight. Wurundjeri is a part of the Kulin Nation and of the Wurrung language group. Wurundjeri country extends from the inner city of Melbourne, across to the Great Dividing Range, west to the Werribee River, south to the Mordialloc Creek, and east to Mount Baw. A big thank you to everybody who has helped make this event possible this evening. Wominjeka, welcome, and I hope everybody has a fantastic evening ahead. Thank you very much and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wurundjeri man Colin Hunter Jr. It's now my absolute pleasure to welcome to the stage Francis Coppolillo, the Chief Executive of Melbourne Polytechnic.
Welcome and thank you everyone. And thank you to Colin Hunter Jr. Wurundjeri man for your welcome to country. I would like to also acknowledge the peoples of the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the lands on which we are meeting today, and pay my respects to elders past and present, and any elders and members of the community we have with us this evening. I would also like to acknowledge Aboriginal culture and teachings that predates Australian colonial settlement and has occurred on these lands and the lands where all of our campuses are based for tens of thousands of years. We also acknowledge that these lands were never ceded. They are and always will be Aboriginal land. Graduating students, members of the MP board, distinguished guests, Melbourne Polytechnic staff, family and friends, I extend to you all a warm welcome to Melbourne Polytechnic's graduation ceremony for 2025. To our graduating students, on behalf of Melbourne Polytechnic, your teachers and your loved ones that are with you here tonight, we congratulate you on achieving this significant milestone, the completion of your qualification. Well done. In celebrating your achievements, I'd like to acknowledge the efforts and contribution made by your committed educators who supported you throughout your learning journey. I would also like to congratulate you on making a great choice by choosing to study with Melbourne Polytechnic. Whether you are graduating with a vocational degree, a certificate or diploma, or you're in a higher education degree, your qualification opens doors to many different pathways. Whatever path you take, our practical skills and knowledge, real-world knowledge that you've gained at Melbourne Polytechnic have prepared you to step straight into the workforce with confidence. You've also laid a strong foundation for further study, upskilling and exploring new opportunities, including higher education. Whatever path you may take next, studying at Melbourne Polytechnic has been a smart investment in your future. Applied learning is at the heart of what we do, combining theory, hands-on practice and strong industry connections. Our courses are designed with real-world outcomes in mind, so you graduate with the job-ready skills employers value and the earning potential to match. Our TAFE and higher education graduates are highly valued by employers for their industry experience, their adaptability and readiness to hit the ground running. The TAFE sector offers access to 81 of the top 100 fastest growing occupations in Victoria. Moreover, it's estimated that 80% of future jobs are attainable with a TAFE education. No matter where your life and career lead you, remember that the world of work is always changing. Your qualification lays strong foundations for career success, but learning doesn't end here at graduation. Learning is the heartbeat. It's a phrase that you will hear a lot at Melbourne Polytechnic. It's one of our strategic goals, and it means that students and industry are at the heart of the design and the delivery of every learning experience. But for me, learning is the heartbeat holds a deeper meaning. Learning is essential and central to growth, development, and progress of individuals, communities, and societies. Learning fuels growth and innovation, and it's our passport to future opportunities. This is increasingly true in a fast-changing world where jobs are impacted by technological advances, global forces, and a changing environment and social change. Industries are evolving at lightning speed. Skills that are in demand today may be outdated tomorrow. In this fast-moving and dynamic world, our ability to remain curious, to extend our skills and knowledge, to apply our capabilities to new environments will help us to adapt to the forces of change around us. Our vision at Melbourne Polytechnic is to create an inclusive, sustainable and thriving community. I would like to thank each of you for contributing to our MP community. I hope that during your time here, you have found a sense of belonging within this community, a safe place where you could freely express yourself and explore your passions, and a place where you have felt supported to learn and grow. This is important to all of us at Melbourne Polytechnic. Yes, of course. In a world that feels increasingly tense and destabilised, one of the greatest contributions we can make is creating an environment where everyone feels safe, welcomed, valued and included. As you complete this chapter of your learning, and as your lives and careers unfold, we look forward to welcoming you back to Melbourne Polytechnic in the future, should you return to upskill and continue your learning with us. On behalf of all of us at Melbourne Polytechnic, best wishes on achieving this significant milestone this evening. Stay curious and embrace change. Your future belongs to you, and it's for you to shape it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Francis. It's fabulous to hear that and to really think about how learning is the heartbeat. And to keep us on that journey, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome and introduce to you and welcome to the stage Mark Blanks, the Executive Director of Educational Excellence, to deliver the academic address. Please make Mark welcome.
Hello everyone. As you may have guessed, the theme for this graduation today is Learning is the Heartbeat. First of all, I'd like to speak to the students graduating today. I'd like to extend my congratulations to you on joining the Melbourne Polytechnic alumni. You've worked hard. You've juggled family, study, and completed many hard assessments, and hopefully met some great people along the way. You've proved to the world that you are a learner, and now you will have a piece of paper, or as we call it, a testament, as a record of your achievement. Reflecting upon this special occasion, I thought I might take some time to share with you exactly what a Melbourne Polytechnic testament means. Today you will join a history of learners who have changed their lives with learning through Melbourne Polytechnic. I have no idea how many testaments Melbourne Polytechnic has awarded. But as you can imagine from this address, and I talk a bit more about this, it would be a lot. What you may not be aware of is Melbourne Polytechnic is in fact one of Melbourne's oldest educational institutions. Being 113 years old, it traces its origins back to Collingwood Technical College, which was established in 1912. In 1912, we began by teaching a group of 57 boys the manual arts of carpentry, pattern making, plumbing, engineering, sheet ironwork and bricklaying. They studied in the evenings and at nights, many beginning their day at 6 o'clock, doing paper rounds and many other jobs that don't exist now. Interestingly though, those trades I mentioned are still trades that we teach today. In 1916, during World War I and after World War I, the school was used to rehabilitate returned soldiers, and the Returned Soldiers Training Scheme began to heal the damage of the Great War through restoring many broken people's heartbeat through learning. When the Great Depression struck in 1931, we taught unemployed youths valuable skills that helped them find work. Preston Technical School opened around 1937 and grew from strength to strength as the North expanded. And in the 1950s, Preston Technical School saw it open its doors for women and became the largest technical school in Victoria. This is quite significant because the work for women and the equality for women in the workforce and underrepresentation in trades is still work that we continue today. We grew and we amalgamated into the Northern Metropolitan College of TAFE and then into the Northern Melbourne Institute of TAFE, better known as NMIT. And in 2014, we become the Melbourne Polytechnic that you know today. As Melbourne has developed and expanded, we added campuses at Heidelberg, Epping, Greensborough, Prahran and Fairfield. Some of us remember when Epping was just farmland. With this growth brought new communities, families and industries with hopes, dreams and opportunities. We have seen the waves of migration and refugees as people have left behind all they had in other countries to make Australia and Melbourne their new homes. We have seen industries open and industries close, with workers looking to reskill and find new work. We see people looking for a change in their lives. At every step of the way, we have been there with doors and arms wide open if you want to learn. So, why is this history lesson important? Because our history shows us that for over 100 years, Melbourne Polytechnic, through learning, has provided a heartbeat to our students, industries and communities. You may ask, what makes the learning heartbeat at Melbourne Polytechnic so special? As a polytechnic, we design and orientate our approach on three very human principles that we believe. And we believe learning is best when it is applied, when it is based in inquiry, and when it is integrated. Or as I like to call it, we learn with our hands, our head, and our heart. Applied learning, or learning with your hands, is learning by doing, and it puts the technical into the polytechnic. You will have experienced this in many forms as you have studied. If you have measured, practiced, written, had practical placement, prepared, calculated, coded, planted, assembled, played, mixed, or demonstrated, you have experienced applied learning. If you have experienced this, you will know the great feeling of satisfaction that you get when you've done a job well. Inquiry is the head part. When we think about inquiry, it's the skills that industry says make a difference between a good employee and a great employee. You may know them as critical thinking skills, problem identification, problem solving, continuous improvement, project management, reflection, analysis, curiosity, and communication. It's these skills that help industries and communities to grow and keep you engaged in your profession over the years and prepare you for change. Our final principle is integrated. This is the heart, and it recognises that the world is integrated, and many industries now work in multidisciplinary ways that are intrinsically interconnected. If you think about a building site and the number of trades that work together to build a house or a hospital, or the number of different types of practitioners that are involved in healing a patient, you're thinking about integration. All work and learning has a context and a purpose. Because your learning experiences have been integrated, you will have the ability to think and build connections with other disciplines for mutual benefit. Like the heart in the body, it connects us with networks for new possibilities. Together, these elements create the heartbeat of learning. This is what makes your achievement today so unique. In a world where the pace of change is rapid and we see our environment shifting before us, it's easy to be concerned or anxious about what the future might look like. As you are embarking on your new career, you may be wondering, will my job be there in 5 years' time? Will my industry be replaced by Gen AI or robots? My response to you is yes. Things will change. Change is the only thing that we can be sure of. But more importantly, know that you will be okay. You cannot be replaced by a computer. There is more to you than that. Just remember Melbourne Polytechnic's long history. Remember the returned servicemen, the unemployed, the refugee migrant families, the women who started technical learning, who had their worlds turned upside down and have found their heartbeat through learning. The principles that you have experienced in learning at Melbourne Polytechnic will give you the ability to succeed. Your testament means something. We place a lot of emphasis in making sure that this piece of paper is correctly awarded. In fact, we have a person who is an academic register whose key role is to make sure this occurs. Away from you, Maren. Now, whether you frame it and hang it on the wall, or put it in a drawer, or even lose it, your testament still stands. It means that you are part of a 100-year history. It means that your families and friends will feel proud of your achievement. It means you have a qualification that cannot be taken away from you, and you will be remembered for this for generations to come. Most of all, it means you are a learner. Learning never stops. Remember that learning happens with your head, your heart, and your hands. Know that learning is the heartbeat. To the alumni of 2024, you belong, and I'd like to say welcome to Melbourne Polytechnic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. That was fabulous, and I'm sure have we all learnt something? Yep, fantastic. Tonight we are celebrating the achievements of 208 of the 404 Melbourne Polytechnic graduands for 2025. This year also marks a proud milestone in our global journey, with Melbourne Polytechnic Vietnam holding its very first graduation ceremony in Hanoi this March. In partnership with FPT Polytechnic, 43 students from both Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City graduated, reflecting the growing international reach of a Melbourne Polytechnic education. We warmly welcome them to our alumni community. Supporting the presentation announcements tonight is Jordan Winfield from Melbourne Polytechnic's International Office. Welcome and thank you, Jordan, for the work that you do with us tonight. Let's commence the ceremony. We have done a bit of a dress rehearsal, so some of us know what we're doing, which is great to see. First up tonight are the graduates from the Department of Bridging and Preparatory. Please join me in welcoming Tracy Pearman, Manager of Bridging and Preparatory, to present these awards tonight.
The graduates for Diploma of Auslan are Stephanie B. Brannigan, Lily Burke. Julia Rose Campbell. Chi Kit Katanchin. Zali Clayton. Rebecca Crouch. Elena Ermakova. Madeline Fell. Elisa Fox. Charlotte Godefroy. Nikita Gianetti. Danielle Goronzi. Rita Louise Hazeman. Martin Ho. Erin Hofrichter. Romain Jarman. Isabella Kadiki. Eliza Catherine Knight. Jocelyn Loftus. Gianluca Mayo. Anthony McKay. Christina Menchaca. Phoebe Kilgore Nielsen. Wei Han En. Corina Palmer. Kayla Patterson. Maggie Pratt-White. Melissa Richards. Jacqueline Severus. Jasmine Sheriffs. Perline Scordis. Zoe Supronovich. Rachel Marie Totino. Amelia Webb. Joanne Whedon. Phoebe Weichelt. Elizabeth Whitehead. Donna Marie Whitaker. Jessica Wong. Please join me in congratulating them.
Let's give our graduates another round of applause, please. Congratulations to all of the bridging and preparatory graduates. And thank you also to Tracy, who did a fantastic job there. Well done, Tracy. Please join me now in welcoming back to the stage Chief Executive of Melbourne Polytechnic, Francis Copolillo.
Each year at graduation, we present our Melbourne Polytechnic Outstanding Students of the Year awards. To be named an Outstanding Student of the Year is no small feat. These awards recognise outstanding academic and practical achievement, backed by leadership, collaboration, and a commitment to making a positive impact both inside the classroom and beyond. Students are judged on career and study achievements, communication, teamwork and leadership skills, and their ability to represent our learning community with pride. These students have set a high standard, and tonight we celebrate their hard work and commitment. I'd like to invite Tracy Pearman back to the stage to present our first award this evening, the Outstanding Bridging and Preparatory Vocational Education Student of the Year for 2025.
Thank you, Francis. It's an honour for me to announce this award tonight. The Outstanding Bridging and Preparatory Outstanding Vet Student of the Year is Anthony Mackay.
To be yours, and you're taking me high.
My name's Ant McKay and I studied Auslan at Melbourne Polytechnic. My passion for sign language and Auslan started many years ago. I grew up watching, Sunday morning TV where you had interpreters on the telly, Boy Scouts where they would teach you the alphabet and that kind of thing. So it was kind of on my radar. And then my grandmother got age-related deafblindness, and I started to see the barriers she faced in hospital and in care homes where she lost her hearing and started being done to and didn't have communication. So that ignited a passion for deafblindness. When I moved to Australia, I needed a more full-time course, so Melbourne Polytechnic offered me that. The course was great because it was delivered by native Auslan users, and they gave you so much. They didn't just teach you signs and teach you lexical signs and teach you linguistics. They really opened themselves up and shared their lives and their journey and their story. For some reason, I have this inside burning fire of equity and advocacy. If I see anything and I'm like, well, why can't you do what I'm doing? Then I'm drawn to wanting to try and support somebody or become an ally for someone to try and break that barrier down, really.
Congratulations, Anthony, and thank you again, Tracy. Please now join me in welcoming Andrew Gannon, Manager of Creative Arts, to present the Department of Creative Arts Vet Certificates. Please make Andrew welcome.
The graduate for Advanced Diploma of Creative Product Development is Olivia Di Gioacchino. This student also completed a Diploma of Visual Arts. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Advanced Diploma of Jewellery and Object Design are Miranda Fair, Kimberly Headford, Justine Elizabeth Hyoson, Shiz Ibrahim, Rimi Kawabata, Brandon Mamley. Macy Page. Salem Ophelia Storm. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Live Production and Technical Services are William Allen, Juno Fisher, Callum Gigliotti, Jez Gleason, Yuan Chuan Lu, Tilda Luca, Natasha Orloff, Monty Reed, Jessica Spears, Rebecca Turner, Caitlin Yu, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Music are Cameron McKayser, Harriet O'Connor Luderwyk, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Advanced Diploma of Music are Adam Farrugia, Jude DeCuto, Yasindu Rashmika Naburuna Guruge, Penny Nicolau, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Screen and Media are Mia Condon, Alia Sweetnam McMahon. Kiara Thompson Stokel. Sierra Welch. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Theatre Arts are Montana Castro, Genevieve Grace Duckworth, Winter Johnson, Eleanor Rose Menzel, Frances Patania, Eddie Mae Perkins, Matilda Van Coylen, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Visual Arts are Brooke Chondras, Bhagyashri Lomesh Patel, Laura Versace, please join me in congratulating them.
Let's give our graduates another big round of applause. I'm now going to invite Andrew to join me at the lectern. Andrew is now going to present the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for Creative Arts.
Tonight, I am privileged to present the Outstanding Creative Arts Vocational Student of the Year for 2025. And the winner is Juno Fisher.
I used to be a drag queen for about 5 years. I always loved being a part of nightlife and performance, but I eventually realized that being on stage wasn't actually what I wanted to do. It was more the backstage stuff. So when I decided that I was going to study costume, Melbourne Polytechnic seemed like the best fit for me. Like drag your feet into a bit of a crawl, yeah. Can I like show and tell a little bit? I made this for school this year, which is an entirely hand-beaded corset, and I would literally just go out into the street and walk around a park like that. I think that there is something so powerful about taking my queerness into the street. My little catchphrase, I think that I am like the poster child for a personality hire. Like, my job in this world as a queer person is to sort of uplift those around me and make everyone sort of achieve the best that they can in the same way that I want to from the people around me as well. I think that's always been my role, is like an entertainer, you know? Learning under Amanda Silk, my gorgeous teacher who means so much to me. She is the most endlessly supportive person that I've ever met. She was a shoulder to cry on, and she was a person to talk to, which I think is such an important part of my education that I haven't found elsewhere. I think it's really important to show trans folk at this level, to show that they're this capable of greatness. So important that it's shown and that it's heralded and that it's paraded through the streets, because like people like me exist and we can thrive in these environments.
Congratulations to Juno, and thank you, Andrew. I'll just mention I was a theatre arts student about 25 years ago when I graduated, and I want to get back into it. You've inspired me to return. So thank you. Tonight we are joined by a very special guest keynote speaker, Thomas Bradford. It's my honour to welcome Thomas Bradford, Melbourne Polytechnic's 2023 overall Outstanding Vet Student of the Year for their exceptional work in the Diploma of Auslan. Thomas's journey is deeply personal. They grew up with deaf family members and witnessed firsthand the barriers faced by many in the deaf community. That experience sparked a fierce commitment to advocacy and a drive to be part of lasting change. In 2022, Thomas led their peers as chairperson of the Auslan Student Representative Group, championing student voice and connection. When COVID disrupted learning across the country, Thomas remained dedicated to mastering Auslan despite the unique challenges of learning a visual language online. Today, Thomas continues to shape the future of Auslan education in their role as a project officer in Melbourne Polytechnic's own Auslan department, where they're already making a meaningful impact. Their leadership, passion, and resilience speaks volumes, and we're thrilled to have them share their story with us today. Please join me in making Thomas welcome.
Hello, everybody. The graduation team have very kindly printed out my speech, but I've gone a bit hands-on and made some cards out of some glue, some paper, and some cardboard, so I'm going to use those instead tonight. It also gives me something to do with my hands, because I'm a little bit nervous. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Good evening, Melbourne Polytechnic staff and board members, teachers, friends and family, and a congratulatory greeting to all of the graduating students here tonight and to those who couldn't make it. As previously mentioned, my name is Thomas Bradford. I'm a newly qualified Auslan interpreter. I'm a past Melbourne Polytechnic student of the Diploma of Auslan. And yes, I was the overall Outstanding Vet Student of the Year in 2023. But my most important accolade to date, I'm now a Melbourne Polytechnic staff member. Specifically, I'm the proud and excited Moodle Project Officer of the Auslan department. I'm also the first person to use excited and Moodle in the same sentence. Yes, that's right. Correct. Yes, that's right. Take a good look. After years of study and many hours of class time, sleepless nights unpacking assessment observation checklists, countless emails back and forth with teachers, and a certificate that says, I can finally go off and out into the great big wide world. After all of that, you too could end up right back where you started. Only this time you'll have an official Melbourne Polytechnic staff lanyard and a longer email address. So I'm someone who values their time above all else. So you can trust me when I say that I wouldn't be back working at Melbourne Polytechnic if I didn't value the time that I spent here as a student and the time spent by my teachers imparting their language and their lived experience. I also wouldn't be back if I didn't think it was worth investing my time in supporting the education of others in the very small way that I do. And I certainly wouldn't be here giving this speech if I didn't think it was worth my time to share in this experience with you all. I'm going to give the interpreters some time to catch up because I'm nervous and I will be talking very fast. I'd first like to acknowledge the incredible position of privilege that I'm in and was in during my time studying for my diploma. I come from a very supportive upbringing. I've always had the means to pursue my interests and the means to self-fund them. I've been presented with many incredible opportunities in my life, some through hard work, yes, but some because of the privileges that I've been afforded. One huge privilege that was unexpectedly handed to me and allowed me to get where I am today was the privilege of time. Purely by happenstance and a global pandemic resulting in many months of lockdown restrictions, I was afforded the time to be able to devote my days to studying and learning a new language. While the world was temporarily shutting down and battling with widespread illness, I was given the silver lining of time, one that we all crave today in our busy lives. As double-edged as those 2 years were, I was in a privileged enough position to be able to try my hand at a new skill and give it my undivided attention. I know now, after completing my second diploma in interpreting last year, that it is not easy to juggle student commitments on top of life's many other commitments. So I applaud all of you who have made it here tonight despite this. And to those of you who may have not made it yet, your time will come. So this year's theme is Learning is the Heartbeat. We had a big discussion backstage about what they were going to assign for Learning is the Heartbeat, so I just want to see what it is. Learning is the heartbeat. Thank you, Mark. While preparing to give this speech, I challenged myself to sit with those words and to understand what they mean to me and what the process of learning means to me. Possibly in some attempt to find some prolific words to spout at you tonight and to make myself come across as more insightful than I really am. But in all honesty, I've always been more focused on the destination and not the journey. I'm sure most of us have come across the saying that we never stop learning, or that life is just a series of lessons learnt. Yet when I think back to the intentional periods of my life where I set out to learn something new, it's not what I learnt that stands out to me as the heartbeat, but rather why I was learning and who was teaching me. Journeying into a language like Auslan, from having zero knowledge about the language and the deaf community, it was the teachers I had over the years and their dedication to sharing their language and culture that had the most impact on me. Learning may very well be the heartbeat, but at the heart of what I've learned are the teachers who taught me. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank some of those teachers, if I can. My Cert 2 Auslan teacher, Jenny Kadiki, taught me to love learning again. After having dropped out of 3 tertiary courses before turning 22, and prior to finding Auslan, I was almost certain that I was never going to study again. Jenny's infectious passion for sharing her language and her resilience for tackling a full semester of online teaching through a lockdown genuinely ignited in me an interest in learning again. Suddenly, I was studying outside of class hours, meeting online with classmates to practice, creating collaborative spreadsheets full of new vocabulary and sharing notes, which will come as no shock to those who know me, because if there are 2 things I love, it's a well-crafted and visually pleasing Excel spreadsheet and the communal power of a shared resource. So, thank you, Jenny. My Cert 3 teacher and now close colleague, Rachel Mears, taught me to approach learning with a sense of humour. She never failed to make me laugh in class, showed me my first joke in Auslan, and consistently reminds me not to take myself so seriously, even when the work is serious. It's my objective truth that people learn better when they are having fun, and that is to say that I learn better when I'm having fun. As the esteemed Sex and the City actress Kim Cattrall once said, "I don't want to be in a situation, even for an hour, where I'm not enjoying myself." This may feel like an impossible feat when you're hours deep into a mandatory written assessment, so learn from what Rachel has taught me and find the fun in the work. So thank you, Rachel. My Cert 4 teacher, Fiona Mark, also now a colleague. Fiona taught me patience and persistence with my learning. As I previously mentioned, I tend to be all about the destination and not the journey. And when faced with a challenge, like a sudden step up in course complexity and expectation, it's easy to lose sight of both. Fiona always approaches her classes with a persistent tenacity, and during the times that I was struggling, Fiona challenged me to slow down and be more intentional with my learning. Patience is still a foreign concept to me sometimes, so it's important to have a Fiona in your corner, even if that has to be yourself. Someone to remind you that learning is a journey and that it's okay to take your time. So, thank you, Fiona. And lastly, we have my diploma teacher, Walter Kadiki, the man who saw me through, yes, I believe he's here in the audience tonight. So Walter saw me through to the end of my 2-year course, having already spent 3 semesters now learning Auslan, taking in as much as I could about syntax, grammar, linguistic features such as hand shape, orientation, location, movement, and expression. Walter really honed in on and taught me the importance of that last one, expression. What is language if not a series of expressions with the means of connecting with others? For hearing people, we express through our voice, and for the deaf, their hands. And what is learning if not an expression of a person's desire to connect? Learning to connect with the history around us, to prepare us for the future, to help understand one another, and to better know ourselves. Walter taught me this, the reason why I learn, and the reason why I'm so grateful to all my teachers. So thank you, Walter. So when you find yourself reflecting on this year's theme, with your diploma in hand, standing at the destination of one of life's many journeys, and if you're unsure of what that means to you, I invite you to ask yourself, what is your why? And how have you connected with the people around you and the implicit lessons you have learnt through them? Maybe it's the same lessons that I have learnt, to have passion like Jenny, to keep things lighthearted like Rachel, to be patient but persistent like Fiona, and like Walter, to remember why we are all here in the first place. To close things out, I'd like to congratulate you all on your graduation and the end of this chapter in your lives. I encourage you to take with you the lessons learnt from your teachers, your peers, and from yourself, and run headfirst into the next chapter. But also sit with this feeling of gratification, even if it feels bittersweet. Who knows? Maybe one day you too will be asked to give the keynote speech at the graduation ceremony of your old TAFE. And if you are, I hope you think about the destination and the journey and say an emphatic yes. Because it has been an absolute privilege to stand before you tonight and share in this milestone with you. Best of luck with whatever comes next, and thank you for giving me a little bit of your valuable, valuable time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Thomas. That was absolutely time well spent, and wonderful to hear your story, and really inspiring as well. I think for everyone that's been on a learning journey and experienced disruption during COVID, it's something for us all to think about in terms of how valuable that education is, but also the people around us. I'm going to bring another person into the picture now, and this time I'm going to please ask you to join me in welcoming to the stage Gary Patterson, who is the Manager of Food, Fibre and Animal Industries, to present the Food, Fibre and Animal Industries Vet Certificate. Please join me in welcoming Gary.
The graduates for Diploma of Conservation and Ecosystem Management are Deborah Colville, Ferdinand Ilamba, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Hospitality Management are Lu Putu Ailsa Wira Andini, David, Santa Rica Belado Name. This student also completed Certificate 4 in Kitchen Management. Jana May Viriero. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Horticulture are Isabel Bonso, Tippy Coulter, Lisa Poirot, Claudine Raheb, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Horticulture are Malit Sujan Katipe Arachige, Bing Li, Man Sin Poon, Nathan Raphael, Bronwyn Lee Robbins, Mia Zielinski, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Kitchen Management are Kyla Hugo Corpus, Maria Oresa Odiaman, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Veterinary Nursing are Andrew Cameron, Sarah Campese. Laura Jean Johnson. Please join me in congratulating them.
Let's give our graduates another big round of applause. Okay, now Gary is now going to present, and so I'll ask you, Gary, to join me at the lectern here. He's now going to present the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for the Department of Food, Fibre and Animal Industries.
Thanks, Trent. The Outstanding Food, Fibre and Animal Industries Vocational Education Student of the Year for 2025 is Santa Rika Bellardo.
In my family, we like to celebrate every single, wins in life. So on a Sunday, we would really gather together and eat. If I can serve better food in our family, it would make everyone happy. So if you've watched Ratatouille, one of the lines from Remy is that I wanted to feed the world. It feels like I wanted to do that as well. I'm Rika and I studied hospitality in Melbourne Polytechnic, Preston. I've been working as a chef for 5-6 years in Singapore. And then I wanted to learn a different cuisine because I normally do Thai and mostly Asian cuisine back home and in Singapore. So I wanted to further myself in Melbourne Polytechnic. Especially Chef John and Chef Muriel. I actually appreciated them for being honest with how they see you. Like, what are the things that you needed to improve? What are your strengths, your weaknesses? They pushed me to do it. I actually didn't realize that someone was looking. I was just doing my thing because I wanted not to excel in class, but I wanted to, I wanted to produce something. When you ask me to do something, I wanted to give you something. I don't want to give you the bare minimum. I want to go over that.
Congratulations to Santa Rika, and thank you also to Gary. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Kathy Kandikis, Manager of Human Services and Education, to present the awards for her department. Welcome, Kathy.
The graduate for Certificate 4 in Alcohol and Other Drugs is Jacqueline Keppins. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Allied Health Assistance are Oriana Formica, Alison Paris, May Van Leeuwen. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Community Services are Rose Ayrton, Eleni Laliotti, Madison Latimer, Ross Skipworth, Atsuko Takahashi, Tarindu Darshana Vidana Arachige, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Diploma of Early Childhood Education and Care are Dao Nhu Zeong, Michaelan Leduc, Paige Joy Manley Breen, Emma Jujana Packer, Janice Tan, Qin Zhang, Huifeng Zhong, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Mental Health are Belinda Fernando, Harley McQuillan, Diane Siveras, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Certificate 4 in Training and Assessment are Oluwafunke Toyin Afolabi Owolabi, Vicky Elise Booker, Carolyn Curtis, Danpreet Kaur. Chao Do. Cheryl Hall. Tracy Homefield. Sidra Jamil. Chitra Lekha Chitesh. Ricky Lee Jonas. Priscilla Tina Joseph. Sarabjit Kaur. Gyani Mahajan. Nicole Marie McNicholas. Van T. Nguyen. Mariana Inez Pacheco. Daman Preet. Sarah Ramirez Ruiz. Philippa Rutley. Rakna Sharma. Davinder Singh. Danielle Louise Stackpool. Sheena Tana. Parvati Priya Belusami. T. Ming Tu Marie Vo'o. Please join me in congratulating them.
Let's give our graduates another big round of applause. It actually really heartens me that there are so many people working in that space. It's every piece of work that we've heard about, every course that we've heard about is so important. But it's really heartening to hear people working in the human services area. So congratulations to everybody. Let's keep that congratulations going. Kathy is now going to present the Outstanding Student of the Year Award for the Department of Human Services and Education. Kathy, I'll join you at the lectern.
Thank you, Trent. The Outstanding Human Services and Education Vocational Education Student of the Year for 2025, sponsored by Hester, is Anthony Rutherford. Anthony completed a diploma in early childhood education and care and could not be with us to accept the award tonight. So I'd like to thank Hester for supporting this award. Thank you. Tonight, I also have the pleasure of presenting the Outstanding Indigenous Student of the Year Award for 2025, sponsored by Hickory, and the award goes to Bradley Lawlord.
The kids that are struggling are, for whatever reason, whether it's disengaged, bullying, it doesn't matter, but the kids that are struggling are just seeking connection, working at their level, seeing what they wanted to do, seeing what they wanted to achieve. And those little interactions turned into big relationships, and working with the kids to establish a connection and a relationship does all sorts of wonders. Probably my first week of placement, I realised that teachers work far too hard, more than I am comfortable with. I really enjoyed that one-on-one support that I was providing towards the students. Not just academically, but the social and emotional and capacity building that these kids wanted and needed really set my direction for my future career path. You get to build connection with these students on a level that can really achieve outcomes. There's no rigid way of doing things. It's different with every individual, and it's different with every scenario and all environments. So when there's a specific student that really needs that support, there's probably no bigger of a rewarding feeling than seeing the outcomes for that student, however big or small that is needed. Super rewarding, extremely taxing, but wouldn't have it any other way. My name is Bradley Lawler, and I did the Cert 3 in school-based education support.
Congratulations again to Anthony and Bradley, and thank you, Kathy, and our generous sponsors of these awards, being Hester and Hickory. Please now join me in welcoming to the stage Rachel Cowley, Manager of Arts, Education and Agritech, to present the awards from the Department of Arts, Education and Agritech, which is part of our higher education area. Please make Rachel very welcome.
The graduates for Bachelor of Agriculture and Technology are Ming Tan Zhang, Jasmita Kistu, Callum Leslie Rutherford,
Christina Zakis. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Bachelor of Early Childhood Education are Tatenda Anna Bwanali, May Halabi, Tashmi Munasinga Arachilage, Glazer Navia, Pavitra Kaushalya Ratnayake Murianselage, Victoria Villanti, Sandali Tarushika Pereira Weliweria Maha Vidanalage, please join me in congratulating them. The graduate for Associate Degree of Early Years Studies is Hewage Sandamali Wimalaratna. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Bachelor of Education, Early Years and Primary are Sean Daly, Indiana DeAngelis, Mariam Goan, Stephanie Maleta, T. Yuen Ni Nguyen, Elizabeth Nigro, Silini Vanya Ruth Ananda Victor Arakchige, CZ Wu, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Bachelor of Illustration are Taylor Brown, Thomas Harding, Aisling Julie Beresford Martin, Ella Rainbow Parsons. Please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Bachelor of Music are Lewis Gorham, Joshua Mancini, Jordan Moore, Alanis Williams, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Undergraduate Certificate in Songwriting and Music Production are Matthew Mason, Mayumi Amanda Shiraishi Mullins, please join me in congratulating them. The graduates for Bachelor of Songwriting and Music Production are Lucinda Drabsch, Jana Michelle Mejia Molina, David Andrew Mirams, please join me in congratulating them.
Thank you to Rachel, and a big round of applause for all of our graduating students tonight. Please now join me in welcoming Amy Baker from HESTA to the stage to assist Rachel in presenting the Outstanding Arts, Education and Agritech Higher Education Student of the Year. I'll just see if we've got Amy in the audience there. No? No, Amy can't join us tonight. That's okay. Over to you, Rachel.
Thank you, Trent. The Outstanding Arts, Education and Agritech Higher Education Student of the Year for 2025, sponsored by HESTA, is Lucinda Drabsch.
Lucinda, Bachelor of Songwriting and Music Production, take one. Action. What really got me into studying this course was my passion for creation and continuing to explore, music not as an overall skill, but how I could use music to continue to shape my identity and continue to impact people around me. When I started the course, being a little bit lost in Melbourne and not knowing what was the next step, It was incredible to connect with a community of artists who aren't originally from Melbourne and are from all over the world. I experienced a lot of pushback and a lot of bullying in high school when I was making music. I was the only person really writing music and really playing originals. I walked away with the ability to launch my own label called Displaced Records. It's kind of, I guess, a homage to my younger self when I started the course, being a little bit lost in Melbourne. And I think that's been one of the most rewarding things of my course is through Displaced Records, creating community, allowing people to feel like they can be the person they are wherever they are. What does this award do for my future? It shows me that hard work gets you places. Every time I did assessments, I made sure that what I was doing was what I loved, not what I thought someone else would want me to do. Like, just push yourself to do something different, to be different, because higher education is so freeing in the fact that you have so many opportunities and you have people who specialise in what you love and want to see you succeed.
Congratulations, Lucinda, and thank you, Rachel. And also a special thanks to Hester Superannuation for their support for these awards in 2025. Now, I'll just double check. Anyone turn up tonight expecting to get a certificate or a degree and they haven't got it tonight? All good? Yep, everyone's got their degree and diploma? Fantastic, and certificate? Well done. Please join me now then in welcoming Melbourne Polytechnic's Chief Executive, Francis Coppolillo, back to the stage for the final time tonight to present the Melbourne Polytechnic Overall Outstanding Vocational Education Student of the Year Award for 2025.
Okay, thank you. This is an exciting part of the evening as well. Of our existing Outstanding Student of the Year Award recipients presented over 2 graduation ceremonies, 2 winners are selected to be the overall Higher Education and Vocational Education and Training Outstanding Student of the Year Award winners. Tonight we are presenting thank you, the Melbourne Polytechnic Overall Outstanding Vocational Education Student of the Year Award. The award for 2025 goes to Juno Fisher. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I forgot one thing. I'd also like to sincerely thank our Master of Ceremonies, Trent McCarthy. As a Melbourne Polytechnic staff member, Trent has generously volunteered his time to help make this evening a memorable one for our graduates and their families. We are grateful for your contribution, Trent, and the energy you brought tonight to tonight's celebration. Thank you.
What was that? Let's go! How are we going? Are we having fun? We've got about 3 hours left, so let's take it home, okay, folks? We haven't quite gotten to the graduate diploma in the something, so we'll get to that one soon. Congratulations, Juno. Where's Juno? Out there somewhere? Massive congratulations. Well done. What a privilege to be awarded this overall award for 2025. That's wonderful news. Thank you also, Francis, and congratulations to all of the winners tonight. It is an extraordinary thing to get through a qualification and then, of course, also to be awarded and recognised for your efforts as well. But everyone's a winner here tonight. Thank you so much for coming. It is a really... have you had fun? Have you had a good time? Yeah? Good. Excellent. We're back here tomorrow night. You don't have to come back tomorrow night. That's okay. But thank you so much for coming tonight. Congratulations to all graduates. At the start of the night, I couldn't call you graduates. I had to call you graduands, because that's the term before you graduate. If you graduated tonight, you are now a graduate. And so you can walk around at the streets tomorrow and tell everyone that you're a graduate, and they might look at you funny, and that's okay, because you're a graduate. Please join me also in thanking a number of people. Jordan Winfield for announcing all of those graduate names this evening. What a fantastic job Jordan did. Thank you also to our award sponsors tonight, Hester and Hickory. We really appreciate their support. Thank you so much. Thank you to Wurundjeri man Colin Hunter Jr. and our speakers tonight and our Auslan interpreters, Mark Ethan and Karen Clare and Genevieve Casson and Leah Collins. A big thank you to the incredible Melbourne Polytechnic staff and students from the Certificate 3 in Floristry for the Floristry course for the displays this evening. These are Melbourne Polytechnic students' work, so fantastic, wonderful work. I would say that everyone gets to take a flower home tonight, but we need them for tomorrow, so please don't take them. Otherwise, we are in real trouble. And thank you to Caroline, a fellow Melbourne Polytechnic alumnus, for their wonderful pre-ceremonial musical entertainment on the cello. Big round of applause, please. To our graduation team across our marketing and communications and our academic registry, including Maren before, who has all the responsibility of making sure that everything is done properly, our graduation working group and all of our staff volunteers, a huge thank you to you all. Please join me in thanking them. And last, this wonderful venue, the Melbourne Recital Centre, for hosting us tonight. It's a beautiful place. It's a great place. It is absolutely fitting because it represents what a grand place, but also what a grand achievement you've all had this evening and over recent years when you've been doing your courses. So well done there too. Please, now will you join me by standing for the academic procession? So we'll please, if you may, if you can, please rise up, stand in your space, the academic procession. Wouldn't it be great to turn up to work every day with that music in the background and walking through and everyone standing up for you? You can do that too. Please, will you join me now in the foyer after our ceremony this evening for a post-graduation celebration. You'll get to meet the Melbourne Polytechnic staff and other graduates and their guests. And a final reminder that photography will be taking place on level 2. Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. A good night from me and take care. Cheers.